one.
Great to be back here again on the Pittsburgh Weekend Edition, and wonderful to have Peter Madrigal. He's a good friend, and so happy to have him on air. He has been on Vanderpump Rules, which is on Bravo. It's a reality TV show. How are you today, Peter?
I'm good. How you doing, Sarah?
I'm doing well. I'm doing really, really well. So I love the show Vanderpump Rules. I love Sir, and I just love just being able to have you on air. Can you share a little bit about what you're doing? I know you're involved in so many different things.
I am involved in a few different things, I will say that, yeah. And it was great to meet you, actually. You and I met at Sir for, the first time we ever met.
Right, and you met my friend Alexandra. She's a filmmaker as well. So
yeah, I did. Yeah, that was a very fortuitous meeting. I mean, I'm game to do your radio show with you at this point.
Yes,
because of that meeting,
Oh.
And you did hit me up on Facebook. That's how we connected.
Yes.
And what's funny is that I delete apps I just don't like to, because I like to have extra memory for pictures and, that type of stuff. And so I deleted my Messenger app because I'm like, I never use it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then I just re-downloaded it because I was looking for an address because one of my cousins, they wanted me to send them an autographed picture of me. So I was like, okay, fine. I don't even remember where they contacted me through. So I was looking through my Instagram, so I had to re-download my Facebook app. And then all of a sudden I saw that you had contacted me about 2 months ago, and I was like, oh, shoot, I forgot.
Yeah. So, the bottom line is I know that, the show is fantastic. We've interviewed a ton of celebrities over the years, largely, in finance and fitness and wellness. And I do love Lisa Vanderpump. I love the show in itself. I love the restaurant Sir is phenomenal. I had dinner there a couple of times while I was in LA, and you're phenomenal running that place in itself and being.
Well, thank you.
You run it so smoothly, and you're very not only charming but kind and just responsive in that respect. So.
I try. Sometimes I succeed. Most of the time I fail.
I doubt that. No, I don't think you failed because you're there and you're running it smoothly. So Lisa, if you're I'm going to give this to Lisa Vanderpump for her to hear what a great job you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you.
The bottom line is that you're always, calm, never, I haven't seen you having ruffle feathers and humble. And that's really key, being humble. And you're involved in a bunch of projects with reality TV, as well as this hair product. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'll plug it first. I'm one of the co-owners of My Hero. Well, it's called Hero.
Yeah.
And the website is myhero.com, myhairo.com, myhero.com. And we do everything between shampoos to hair waxes. So everything in between. You got conditioners. One of my favorite things that we do is this hair product called Silk Fluid, it basically makes you, if you have long hair, and it makes you look like John Wick from Keanu Reeves from John Wick. It keeps the hair in place even if you're moving around and all that good stuff. It's especially good when you have long hair. So that's probably my favorite product on the line. The thing that is great about Hero is that it's all paraben free, sulfate free, and it's water-based products. So you're not going to have too much trouble. Actually, you're not going to have any trouble at all getting it out of your hair once you go and take a shower. Whereas with some of these other artificial products, with the oil base and I'm not going to get into details about some of the stuff that I've heard about other companies, but it's water-based, so it lets your hair, not only can you wash it out very quickly once you get into a shower, you don't really need shampoo when you wash this product out of your hair, with the waxes and all that, but it's not suffocating the hair follicles on the scalp. So you're not going to get bald using this stuff. In fact, it's going to be the opposite. Unless you have a genetic disposition to get bald, this stuff is not going to cause you to get bald because it's not suffocating your hair. It's letting your hair grow freely, and it's actually really good for your scalp. Once you put in once you do the shampoo and then the conditioner, and then you put the one of my other favorite products in the hair tonic. You can actually feel the tingling sensation of your hair actually like being stimulated and growing. You can feel it. So yeah, I live and die by this product. I will swear up and down by this product. It was the company was started out of Boston by two brothers, and they did it. They started it in 2005, and they've been growing it ever since. And they started it before paraben-free, sulfate-free, and all this other good stuff wasn't even the reg. It was just it wasn't even out yet. So they were ahead of the curve and ahead of the market at that point in time. And I was fortunate enough to join up with with Enzo and with Johnny, who I actually have spoken to I speak to on a daily basis. The company itself is actually joining up with George Foreman and George Foreman's new fighting schools.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so I mean, we're doing that, and then we had a conversation with some of the marketing people from the Yankees yesterday. So we'll see what happens with that.
Wonderful. And again, what's the website if people wanted to buy it online?
It's myhero.com. So it's MYHAIRO.com. And you'll see my face on there. Of course, I had longer hair, like we're using an older picture of me, but I'm going to change the marketing up in a couple of months because I'm going to do something different with my hair this year. Every year on the show, I try to change up as much as possible. Yeah. I don't like having the same look over and over and over and over again.
So Peter Madrigal from, and this is from Vanderpump Rules, because you do have great hair, FYI, just saying, because, and the product is myhero.com, which you can purchase online as well, and you're working on a few projects, right? Currently.
Yes, I am actually. I started my own production company actually last year, and actually had a couple of meetings about a couple of different productions rather they're products too, but productions that I'm working on. One of them is called Bar Brawl, which we're sending to a few different networks right now. And it's basically, I don't want to give too many details away, but it's like Master Chef and bartenders, just put it that way. And so we're looking for a network to take this product on, and it'll be very interesting reality television show. And I'm also working on a couple of different movies right now. The first one being Aristole's Mistake. It's a dramedy in the same lines as Silver Linings Playbook. Around that, those type of that type of genre. There's a little bit of comedy, but there's also a lot of drama, and it's very real. And everybody that's read the script has loved it, so I'm producing that. So there's a couple of different shows there's a couple of different movies that I'm working on, shows that I'm working on, because I love producing, and that's my end goal, my end game. Actually, my end game is probably buying a castle in Scotland and living out the rest of my day.
That's a good end game or end goal.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see what I work towards.
Right. It's phenomenal. The show has done so well on Bravo. You've been on it with Vanderpump Rules. And I love just
Since
the story.
Inception, actually. Since before there was even a show, I was on it.
Were you? Well, I mean, I love the show. I think that it's a great cast. I think that I originally started watching Lisa Vanderpump on Beverly Hills Housewives, and then it sectioned off into Vanderpump Rules. And you're just, you're wonderful. You're kind. You're humble. And I just ran into you, and I was like, I want to interview him. Like you're just really genuine, Peter. And
thank you.
You are, and I know you're going places. You've already, hit some major goals in your life, and you're, a lot about family as well. You talked a little bit about your brother, and I like that because, we're, as a family-owned business, we're in finance and faith and, and fitness, and we are very involved with a lot of people who are looking at either home ownership or paying off debt and, refinancing mortgages or commercial properties. But we're in the life game because at the end of the day, it's about reaching those those goals, and you seem in a very nice, you're like in a very nice, genuine way driven. That's like a good way.
Well, no, I'm not going to try to walk over everybody while I'm trying to get there. I'm going to actually try to ally people with me, or I will ally with them. For me, it's not one pie. It's that we all get a piece of. It's an ever-growing pie, and that we all can get a little slice of. If I have to take a smaller slice of that pie to make everybody else happy, I'll do that. That's fine. Because I know my little slice will grow bigger.
It is, and it's all about giving back.
It's better to have friends than enemies. I'd rather have a bunch of friends who want to work with me than a bunch of enemies who want to stab me in the back.
Well, and I mean, it's also about just having those really important friendships and building a community, because it is about community. It's about, you're getting people involved, engaged in your production company. You're involved in managing people at SUR, and that's not easy. When you're involved in making things go smoothly. So you definitely have a good energy, great energy, and a calmness about you, which is very important to have. Especially in a semi-volatile situation, you do have to have a certain sense of calm. You know what I mean? And right.
It's kind of funny that you bring up my attitude. It's very interesting. I had some people try to emulate me. I'm not going to mention any names but there was a similar show that was on, and some people, one person who was a manager, tried to copy what I do, but it's not the same. It's always imitated, never duplicated. I'm like, you can try and imitate me, you can try to look at me on television, but my calmness and the way I carry myself is very different than you can imitate, because it's not easy to get to the point of just kind of like being relaxed all the time and what's the word I'm looking for? Having that sense of calm,
right?
Well,
inner peace, because
with a sense of calm.
You do, because I mean, for folks who've watched Bravo, SUR, in itself, the reality show Vanderpump Rules. It is a reality show, but the reality also is just everyday operations outside of filming it. It's a tough job because you are managing multiple things, your clients, the people there, and then, making things run smoothly. I love the food at SUR. I really do. We're coming back, Peter, thanks to you.
Oh, good. Yes.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Yeah, no, I'm putting together a reservation for you right now.
Yeah, I know. We're going to be there with family, and we loved it there. And I think that, Lisa has done a phenomenal job. I think that it's beautiful on the inside as a restaurant. The food is really, really great. And then the show is phenomenal. And who else but for you, Peter Madrigal, running it so smoothly, making things go so well, because that's number one. That's primary. And I think you're at a 5-star, right, for restaurants? Almost?
The restaurant is 5-star. I mean, like, the last time I checked on Yelp, it was, I think, 5 stars or 4 stars. Yeah, you got to remember, like, on Yelp, for instance, there's a lot of haters. I remember reading one review, right? And what happened was, one thing we like to do at SUR is we like to play the show on our TV in the lounge, right? So I remember reading one review on Yelp, and the review said, it is so tacky that you would play your show or play the show that's about the restaurant at the restaurant. That is the most tackiest thing. And I'm just literally like, oh, you're just hating now, because if you had a show and you had a restaurant, you would be doing the exact same thing.
Absolutely.
I guarantee it.
100%. Peter, that is 100%. A draw. That's a draw. That's a positive.
Yeah.
And there's nothing, I can't find fault in that at all. And it's what draws people to that place.
Exactly. But that's the reason why, you have your haters out there. That's the reason why we only have 4 stars, because there are, I remember going to this really dingy, dank just a dump in Hollywood. And I don't even remember the name of it because it was so forgettable. I decided to look it up on Yelp and just to see the star rating, 5 stars. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me right now.
So
Are you
Peter,
serious? You know?
we have just about a minute. So just to cover a few things, folks, you can always call us here at 1-800-662-9550. Just a minute left, Peter. On the hair product, again, the website, so folks can purchase.
It is myhero.com, MYHAIRO.com, myhero.com. It's your hair will thank you once you get the product. It really will.
Okay, well, I'm game. I'm game.
Hey, it's hair product for a new age. That's the way I put it. You know, the old way of doing hair is changed. Now you really have to take care of your hair. I mean, what we're finding out is we did some reverse engineering on some hair products, and what we found out is the reason why people are going bald is because they use oil for the base, and we don't use oil for the base. We use water. It's all water.
myhero.com. And Peter Madrigal, great having you on air. Wonderful to have.
Thank you so much, Sarah.
Watched you on Vanderpump Rules. And with that, Peter, we'll have you back. Stay well, folks.